I actually take my rest and my mental health pretty serious. Like, I don't like to, like, my cup has to be nearly full for me to be performing in the gym. Like, if I'm burning the candle at both ends, my performances go to shit. So I'm very conscious of that. So if I ain't sleeping in the day, if I ain't getting a sauna, if I ain't, seeing the physiotherapist twice a week, if I'm not having that time on my own, the output's not there in the gym. So that's very important to me as well.
He seems dialed
You're
in.
locked in,
I'm
dude.
dialed in.
You're locked in.
I'm dialed in.
I asked
Absolutely.
because, like, you see more and more fighters nowadays willing to be vulnerable about their struggles.
Yeah.
Volk, Patty, a lot of those guys. And it seems like you take the approach of caring so much for your body that it seems like your mind kind of follows. Is that an accurate assessment?
I think that's pretty accurate, yeah. And I think that it's difficult because when you start getting big in MMA, and when I say big, I mean popular and winning titles and stuff like that, other opportunities do come, of course. Lucrative ones where you can make money, become more popular and do all this stuff. Now, for me, that's good. But also, I'm trying to be the freaking best ever. So that comes first before anything. So I'm making sure I'm doing that stuff and ticking those boxes, because ultimately, like we talked about at the beginning of the podcast, you want to be popular, you want people to care about you, you want people to tune in for your fights. That's important. But what's more important than that to me is winning. And that ain't going to happen if you're spending too much time on the other shit. So I am like in the gym religiously, recovering religiously, making my diets on point, making sure my diet's on point. Everything. I'm doing everything that I can to be the best version that I possibly can. And
Dude.
I won't miss it.
He's fucking
You're
dialed
in, brother.
Yeah, I won't miss it.
Are you do you have bad days?
Yeah,
I would
gonna ask
assume
that
you
as
do.
well.
All the time. All the time.
Is any of it mental, or is there always something that you could track it back to, like very, very, very palpable and physical that you could track it back to?
I mean, as a man, and I'm not saying all men are like this, but I know I'm definitely a suppressor of emotions. So I'm trying to deal with that more. I'm trying to like confront my emotions more and try and deal with it now rather than 6 months later.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
Compartmentalizing.
He's doing great.
I texted him today. I was
You
like,
look fantastic.
Thank
You look
bro.
great.
I appreciate
Yeah, you're
that.
crushing it.
Thank you.
No, but I'm trying to do that better. Do you know what I mean? Deal with it now rather than
Exploding.
squashing it down. 6 months later, it's going to catch up with me, and I don't want that.
in a bad way.
Yeah, I don't want that. I don't want it.
So interesting, man. This conversation like never would have taken place 10 years ago. I feel like.
Yeah, I think so.
Like the mental health conversation, especially for fighters, because you feel like, if you're a fighter, you got to be a tough guy.
Yeah.
Can't talk about your emotions. Bury
Definitely.
it. Turn it off.
I mean, that happens all the time. I mean, that's part of being a man, I think. But especially like fighters, because we're supposed to be all alpha male. Like, I will openly speak about how scared I am when I fight. And there is, as far as I'm aware, there might be others. I'm sure there are others actually. But there's me and GSP who spoke about it a lot.
Tyson does it as well.
Tyson, yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah. But there's so many like UFC fighters who are like, I ain't fucking scared. I'll fight anybody. And I'll definitely fight anybody as well. But it's still scary. Like, and I'm open with it. And I feel like when you are open with that and you embrace it, like, it gives you a whole superpower in itself. You're like,
You own it.
I'm fucking scared, but I'm going to do it anyway. Like, I'm going to look across, whether it's John Jones or somebody else, I'm going to look them in the eye and I'm going to be like, I'm fucking scared, but I'm coming for you. And I want to, as we said before, I want to separate you from your consciousness. That's what I'm looking to do. I'm trying to knock everybody out, but I'm scared of every single person. But that fear makes me super sharp.
Doesn't that make you? Don't you think that makes you more of a man if you think about it?
Well,
Like, say you have somebody that doesn't feel fear, or like the case that we're talking about with me, doesn't have these demons and shows up. When you show up, or I show the fuck up on days when we are scared to or feel shitty about it, like, doesn't that make you fucking even more of a warrior?
Yeah, I think so. And I learned a lot of this stuff from GSP. Now, I know GSP
Legend.
personally now, but a lot of it I just learned from like watching podcasts and watching his stuff, because he's so open and he's like say 10 years before me, maybe even more.
Yeah.
And that guy's going out there fighting like guys like Nick Diaz,
Yeah.
who are giving him the finger and doing all kinds, pissing him off constantly. And he's like, yeah, I'm scared, but I'm going to go over there and kick your ass anyway. And I absolutely love
He's
that.
one of the
like,
best.
upfront and honest with your emotions, honest with yourself, facing yourself and overcoming it anyway. I absolutely love that.
I certainly feel like it gives you a freedom in like that authenticity to yourself.
It does
like,
for me.
Sort of. I've had good experiences sometimes, just like surrendering to life and just being like, this is it. I'll just be. And it's really interesting because I wonder ultimately if every fighter was being 100% truthful with themselves, what version of locking in for a fight is more effective? Whether it's like trying to pretend you're supremely confident and you're Superman walking into that ring and having no fear and thinking you're the best in the world and then proving it, or being that animal that's kind of been backed in a corner and you are operating out of fear. Because like there's definitely a part of you that knows you're really good and you're capable of.
I think it's got to be a healthy balance. It's difficult with fighting, especially because it's so subjective. Like everybody's different.
True.
Every single person steps in there for a different reason and wants a different thing out of it. But I know for me personally, having that honesty with myself, because I say it all the time, I used to have 2 fights. Like I used to be fighting my opponent, but mainly I was like fighting myself. I was like, I'm not scared. And like trying to push it out, just trying to block it. And like, it's never going to happen. It's for me personally, maybe it's different for other guys, but for me personally, I was like, I ain't going to get rid of this. So I've got to use it to help me win. And once I figured that out, that's when the trajectory's been like steep.
Sick.
Yeah. That's just a rule of mental health and internal dialogue in general. Anytime you try to fight thoughts hard, make them stop, you're gonna lose. You're never gonna win that battle. It is always an ongoing effort to coexist with those thoughts and learn how to utilize them.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you like that clip, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to see more zany clips, click the video right here.